question that we get a lot in this Maximo 7 to Mass 9 upgrade process, as customers are, making that decision to go, and then they realize, how long is Maximo going to be down? What's my business continuity plan look like? What do I have to do? And more often than not, it's not quite as bad as one might think. The approach is what's critical here. So I'm going to talk about this from a Benetti perspective. So at Benetti, I often say that, we're not an IT shop. We're a business shop that does a lot of IT work around a really important IT package, Maximo. And the reason that's important is because business continuity is about your business processes and informing the technical side on how things need to be done in order to ensure that business continuity. You don't usually start from an IT perspective and figure out how to reduce that impact. You typically need to start from a business perspective and then handshake with the IT, with the technical side. What we have done and do is work with the IT teams to eliminate those typical roadblocks and delays in the migration path so that you can get near zero downtime, maybe even zero downtime for the users in your Maximo upgrade. Traditionally, we have offered zero downtime upgrades. That's a little more challenging than the 7.6 to Mass, but it's still not impossible. It takes a little more planning. Where the rubber meets the road on this, more often than not, is in the data. Why? You can move a whole lot of historical data in advance. That's pretty straightforward. You have the opportunity to go through multiple iterations, clean stuff up. Where it gets really tough is in the live integrations and the live data. So how do we handle that? So we have a data migration tool, DM.AI, that is built inside the Maximo framework as auto scripts that are constantly working against the business objects. And if you understand the Maximo structure, you understand that that's where all of the processing takes place. So whether I'm entering data from the front end or it's coming in through integrations, it's all in those business objects. So by being inside of Maximo, we're getting real-time feed on that data. What's going on with it? What's being changed by the application? What's being entered new through the front end of the application? And what's coming in via integrations? What that enables us to do is to set up outbound pointers to your new Maximo instance, where we've already pushed all that historical data. We've already gone through user acceptance testing and everything, and then effectively create your legacy Maximo 7.6 to your new Mass 10, Mass 9, whatever version you're going to, as an inbound integration, so that at the point of cutover, anything that was literally sitting there in process and had not yet moved is integrated and will get moved into Maximo, the new Maximo. A side effect of this, which is a cool feature that gives a little more wiggle room, is that you can still leave an integration active on 7.6 and go live on 9 by having our data migration tool acting as that integration between 7.6 and 9, 10, whatever that target system is. And so any new data interface that comes in is now in real time being migrated to the new instance. Of course, these things are deeply complex. The ins and outs of each and every integration point, who has read access, write access, how it's doing it, direction of travel, it all matters. And so they have to be deeply analyzed. At the end of the day, you can get zero downtime. You can get a scenario where some things are still running in 7.6, your users are live on your new Mass system, and then things slowly, completely move over. Lots of options to it. So how long does your system have to be down? Well, it doesn't have to be down at all. Your users can experience zero downtime. I'm sure you have questions. It's deep water. There are tons of complexities in this, depending upon how many integrations you have and sites and all kinds of other stuff. So let's talk through it. Give us a call, shoot us an email. Get ready with Benetti.